Hello, everyone. Happy September. September is almost over. I say it every single month. I can't believe it. But Libra season is coming up. Woo! If you don't know, my birthday is October the 11th. So I should be uploading a video that day or that night, the night before. So you'll get a video on my birthday because of how my uploading schedule works. That's fun. Um, People probably won't care, but sorry about the sun in the back. I hope it won't be too annoying. That's what I get for recording when it's about to be sundown. As always, obligatory self promotion. Please check out my book, What If I Wrote the World, with poems inspired by music. My first poetry book, my first book ever. I finished the plot of my next book. I'm trying to be more organized, y'all. Because I kind of really wasn't. I mean, I was organized with the book. I like changed up some of the like orders and stuff, but trying to be organized. I'm trying to like actually plan out a story first and not just wing it. But part of me kind of just wants to wing it, but I also know I should really be planning what I want in each story and really putting in, effort. Because sometimes I wing stuff and then I decide, I'm gonna redo everything, and it's a lot. But today we're here to talk about Black Swan, number 6. So we're almost at the top 10, top 10, top 5. My brain's not working today. My period is coming up, so my brain power is going to be. Speaking of that, I'm going to kind of be winging this video because I did not make notes because my period's coming up and it demotivates me, unfortunately. So, but I have a lot of what I want to say up here. So if my brain functions correctly, we'll get through this video. So it's a psychological horror directed by Darren Aronofsky. Say that 5 times fast. It was released December 3rd, 2010. So the cast list has also their Swan Lake counterparts, even though some of these people are not actually in the Swan Lake production inside of the movie. It's like movieception. But it relates to like it's like a metaphor of like what they're like in their lives anyway. So there we go. So the cast is Natalie Portman as Nina Sayers. She's the main character. She's the White Swan / Odette. She's also that in her real life and in the actual production. Lily as Mila Kunis as Lily / Black Swan / Odile Odile Odiel Odiele. We're gonna go with that. Odile. I'm gonna go with that. Vincent Cassel as Thomas. Oh, his name is Thomas. I forgot. It's French. Thomas. Leroy / the gentleman. I guess technically in the Swan Lake production. Oh, Mila Kunis is in the production. Her character Lily. My brain. We'll see how we get to this video. But she's like a background character. She's not actually the evil twin sister, the Black Swan. But she kind of like, because Nina's my brain. Nina's losing grip with reality. She kind of is that in her actual life, but it's not really real. But I don't want to spoil too much because I want you to watch the movie. But yeah, Winona Ryder as Elizabeth Beth Mc McIntyre. Is that how you say McIntyre? I feel like that's probably right. The Dying Swan, which in the actual production, um, I feel like it's not. I don't think it's important to the story, but it's not like a spoiler because you can look up Swan Lake. But basically, there are two swans, the Black Swan and the White Swan. They're competing. Well, the White Swan wants to get with this man because she loves him, but the evil twin comes and steals him. So she herself, the White Swan, takes herself out, jumps off a cliff. Uh, but it's supposed to be like she accepts it, which I don't know. I would fight my sister, but I didn't write Swan Lake, so here we go. But I'm guessing that's the dying swan because Winona Ryder's character Beth is like old in ballet standards, which we're going to talk about that later. About ageism in sports. Um, so I feel like that's like symbolism for her. But I think old in ballet because they do mention it in the movie. Um, when Nina's mom Erica gets pregnant with her, she was 28, and Erica kind of guilt trips Nina and is like, "Oh, well, I gave up my career for you." And then Nina's like, "You were 28." And I'm like, 28 is old, but we'll get into that. And then the last character I'm going to talk about is Barbara Hershey, who was Erica Sayers, who was Nina's mom, slash the queen. Now, I don't know too much about that character specifically, but I'm assuming there's some kind of queen in Swan Lake. I have not watched the ballet production, so someone has. Let me know if these are all right, like in a metaphorical way. And I'm assuming the queen is like the mom character. Is like probably overbearing like Erica's mom. I mean like Nina's mom, Erica. So synopsis is revolves around the production of the Tchaikovsky's once again to that say that 5 times fast. Swan Lake by the New York City Ballet Company. Um, the production requires a ballerina to play the innocent and fragile white swan, for which committed dancer Nina Sayers, Portman's character, is perfect, as well as the dark and sensual black swan, which are qualities better embodied by the new rival Lily. It was by Mila Kunis, which she is an understudy. I don't want to spoil too much of the movie, but yeah, she is an alternate if something happens to Nina. But I don't really feel like they have a rivalry. But I mean, if you can watch the movie, you can see. But to me, it's kind of like everybody has an understudy. I mean, maybe that's me, and I'm not a sports person or a performer, so I don't have any like thing where I'm competitive at work because I'm like, just do your work. Yeah, there. If you're a better employer than me, you don't get no more money than me. So that's just because I'm in like retail, so it doesn't really matter unless I'm trying to move up. Nina is overwhelmed by the feeling of immense pressure when she finds herself competing for the role, causing her to lose her tenuous grip on reality and descend into madness. That's a really good synopsis. And it doesn't spoil anything. So where can you stream it? Amazon Prime, Apple TV, Fandango at home, Google Play Movies and TV, YouTube, Max is where I watched it in Hulu. Um, I found out on Max you can't screen record, so if I think of something that I want to put in the video, I'm just gonna show a still image of it. Because Max, I guess they said you ain't getting the content from here. But yeah, so let's go into my pros and my cons. My pro is the story. Um, a lot of these other stories that I've been talking about are simple. I don't think anything's wrong with simple, but I like that there's so many things going on in the story. Nina and her mom, Erica, got this weird dynamic where the mom is like overbearing and kind of babying her. And then also Nina, kind of, it's like I don't know if I want to say codependent because I feel like Nina could potentially live on her own. And then you have Nina, she's trying to be the perfect ballerina because her mom had to cut her career short to raise Nina. And, you know, and then it's like also with the white and the black swan, it's kind of like a duality of Nina. Like she loves her mom. She wants to be the perfect ballerina. This is her dream. But also the black swan, she wants to break free. She want to be, free. She want to go do what she want to do. She want to be wild. I don't know if that's cliche to say that, but yeah, and that's definitely that. And also the story with Toma and Beth is a little weird. And then he's also weird with Nina. I don't want to spoil too much, but he is a creep. We're gonna leave it at that. And then Nina within herself, trying to figure out what she wants for herself. And also, she has struggles with her body image. There's so much going on, um, and like physically, I don't want to spoil too much, but she does something to herself, and I feel like it might be some kind of like response to stress, basically stress from work, stress from her mom. You know, she doesn't really seem to do anything outside of just working and being at home. Uh, so that's not a good life to have. That's crazy. Um, oh, and the characters are great. Tomat, he really, what's his name? Vincent Cassel. He played him uh, kind of too well. I was like, whoa, seeming like you got some personal experience with this. Of course, Natalie Portman is great actress. She did great. Uh, I was like, I wanted to take her, I wanted to take her, pull her out of the screen and give her a big hug and be like, this is too, if, you don't need to live up to the pressures of your mom, of work, even though it's what you want to do, it's still like, and I said this in my short video, it's more like it's her mom's dream versus it's really her dream. But then also, she kind of feels like it also gives off the vibe like, I want to be better than my mom, which is kind of crazy. I could imagine like how much pressure that would be because your mom gave up her career, even though Nina wants to act like she was old, uh, to basically raise you and then redo her career through you. So then you kind of do have to feel like you have to one up your mom because your mom put you in this career because she had to cut her career short. It's just it's just a vicious cycle. You know what I mean? It's just crazy. So you're passing on potential stress, trauma of this profession to your child now, which is crazy to me. Oh, the direction and cinematography. I'm gonna try if I can find some like still images of the beginning of this movie. It was so beautiful. It's like she's having a dream, but it's like really looked great. And the direction I feel like was really great in this movie. Everybody was really into the characters. Oh, also Mila Kunis was really great. Um, Barbara Hershey, Winona Ryder. There's a scene with Winona Ryder. It was really good. It was pretty disturbing, but I could not. I might have to look into this. I'm not sure if it actually happened, but Winona Ryder was dedicated. She was really good. So let's get back to the direction and cinematography. Everything worked pretty well for me. It looked beautiful. I know they got. I didn't put this in, but I'm gonna add costume design. It was really good. They got. I don't know if they got the Oscar for it. I know Natalie Portman got, or the Golden Globe. Natalie Portman got the Oscar for Best Actress, but I cannot remember if it was the. I think it's the Golden Globes because they only had one Oscar. Because I looked at because I was just curious to see the awards. I can't remember if it was at the Golden Globes or if it was somewhere else, but they got an award for costume design. It was really good. And yeah, just the direction, everything looked great. The story was smooth, going well. Also, on the story, shout out to the whoever wrote the script. It was pretty good. Everything was working great together to me. And the music was so good. That's my last pro. It was like instrumental music, uh, not just when they were performing either, just in her real life. It was so beautiful. It was like this. I don't know if it was strings, but it'd be like do 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 do, like something like that. Um, it was really beautiful. It was really great. And then when something scary would happen, it'd be like doom doom. You know how horror movies be having those loud sounds, but it actually worked. It wasn't too like overbearing, like jump scary, like a cheap jump scare. It wasn't like that, but it was really great. And of course, I love ballet. Even though I've been to a ballet, and I think because I don't have words, I'm not gonna lie, I was a little like, oh. But it's really a beautiful sport slash performance art. I really love ballet and ballerinas. So it was interesting to see like behind the scenes as well. And like I have known some things that have been like hard for ballerinas, but Um, yeah, I didn't know too much. I did look up about the pregnancy stuff. Um, this is not really related to the pros, but I didn't put it in my notes, so I'm going to talk about it. And you could actually go back to performing if you get pregnant now more so than I don't know what year this movie's supposed to be set in, so that could also be a factor. But now they do have like more support than they did back then. And also Erica was a single mom from all accounts. So, you know, she didn't have no help. So that also could have been a factor as well. And so that also I feel like that also could be a factor for athletes. Now I do feel like people be having a lot of money as an athlete, but I guess it also depends on like how big you are as well. Um, so yeah, I just want to add that part. I guess I should have added it later, but I'm just gonna bring that up. I only have one con, and I want to know more about the mom slash Erica's backstory because how did you get pregnant? Like, what happened? I want to know the tea on that. Who got you pregnant? Was it another ballerina? Because they did have some male ballerinas. Was it like Thomas, where the guy was a creep? I guess he would be like the director. I don't really say, or the choreographer, or whatever he's supposed to be. Was it something like that? Was it I don't know, did you just meet somebody and you fell in love and then you fell out of love? Like I want to know more about her backstory because we didn't really get much of that. Just that she had to give up ballet because she was pregnant. And also she was a painter in the movie. That would have been nice to see. Um, how did that happen? You know? And then what does she do for a living now? Because she just be at home all the time. Um, and their apartment seemed pretty nice. I don't know. For New York standards, especially like seeing the videos now, I know this movie was filmed in 2008, so it might not be as bad as now, where they're like cut up entire apartments and you get just like one room. But it was a pretty spacious. They had two bedrooms. From what I could see, one bath. They had a extra room for the mom to paint. It was a nice apartment. It could have been from Nina's money too, honestly. But it's my overall opinion. I think the movie is very beautiful. Has a lot of different meanings people could take from it. So I'm going to go through some of the meanings. Perfectionism can ruin your grip on reality. Perfection can ruin you altogether because that's a lot of pressure. Stage moms are villains. They are because why would you not complete your dream? So now you have to put it on your kids. That's great. Um, Certain professions have negative effects on their employees. Of course, I don't want to spoil something too much, but I think I did say she was obsessed with her body image. So there were things that she would do from that. She has some kind of disorders, so you can guess. Um, and also, Thomas was pretty tough. I feel like he was a tough coach, and they had a female coach, but I don't think she didn't seem as tough to me. Um, but yeah, Thomas was really, and he was a creep, so that was bad. You putting pressure and you're a creep. I don't like that combination. So there's that. Ageism is a big deal for physical professions. I'll get more into that later. Overbearing parents can stifle their children. Um, which was Erica in this movie. She was pretty overbearing. It was crazy. And duality is good, but not having it. So like if you don't have like a little bit of bad or a little bit of good, like to equal out, one side can become overwhelming and many other topics. So that's that's the thing that I love about this. That's the main thing I love about this movie is that you can get so much out of it. Um, while watching it, where am I? I don't have my mouse because it's charging. Yeah, you get so much out of it while watching a beautifully shot movie. There we go. So it's really great. Like you have the messages and the symbolism, but it also looks really good. It's a really pretty movie. I wanted to go back to something. Oh yeah, with the duality. since Nina had to get into character for the Black Swan, she got too much. It kind of consumed her, which is why she lost her grip of reality and went into madness. So you got to have a balance, if you're a wild side and you're a good side. I don't know if I want to say bad because you don't want to be too bad of a person. Um, Everyone did a great job from the director. I put directors, there's only one director. Director to the actors, the behind the scenes work. Like I said, the cinematography and the costumes were really nice. I will say, uh, I did not realize Darren Aronofsky directed the movie Mother. I hated that movie. But it was mainly the characterization of the main character Mother, and I think it just kind of annoyed me. Like she annoyed me. So it shocked me when I found out he directed that movie after Black Swan. Like, what happened? LOL. Even though I know it's supposed to have a lot of symbolism, I get it. I get it for Mother, but I just maybe because I'm not a big fan of Jennifer Lawrence. Like, I feel like she's okay. I've only seen her in like that movie and like what is the other one? The Silver Linings Playbook. She was really funny in that. I haven't seen her much, but maybe it's her personality is a little like over the top for me. But maybe I should lay off her. Maybe she had a bad script for Mother, and Silver Lining Playbook fit her acting style more. So, because he was the director, so he was calling the shots, which is interesting. I learned in my film appreciation class. I think that was it. If a movie is good, they say the director did good, but if a movie's bad, they blame the person who wrote the script and not the director. So, and I know Mother was kind of I feel like it was kind of a polarizing movie. So, it is what it is. Um, but of course, this movie is a 10 out of 10. Highly recommend. It's great symbolism and it looks amazing. So I think you definitely should check it out if you've never watched it. There are a few uh, gory scenes, one of which I did not look at until I saw it on the MTV Movie Awards with her finger. That's all I'm going to say. But other than that, yeah, it has a lot of symbolism, has a lot of like other scary type of things. It's not too much gore. That's like, oh my god, you're not watching a Saw movie, but it does serve a purpose. I feel like, though. So I'm gonna get into a rant about sexism and ageism in sports. I totally understand there are some sports that are very physically taxing, but I feel like as a female, but I feel like female athletes get more pressure into aging, get more pressure from aging up in sports, that type of, than male athletes. I feel like female athletes always have to decide between having careers or having families and are not allowed to have both. And it all goes back to the patriarchal viewpoint of women belonging at home no matter their dreams and their desires. So it doesn't matter what you want to do. People want to put a baby in you, get you married. That's it. Women are constantly told they have to make sacrifices in all aspects of their life. So if you move up the corporate ladder, you're sacrificing having a child or whatever your profession is. You're moving up. Now you're taking away from your marriage, your children. If you don't want children, if you maybe in the future somehow you'll change your mind about a child, even though we shouldn't tell people that. We should just let people respect people who don't want to have children or who don't think they're going to be good parents. Because there are some bad parents who have a bunch of kids and they're just ruining these children's lives, and then they come out as adults who are either people pleasing, so they don't really stand up for themselves, or they're awful and spoiled and entitled and rude, or any other combination. You know what I mean? And also, every serial killer ever has a terrible childhood. So there's that. Okay, where we're at. Men, however, get to do whatever they want, and no one holds them accountable. Now, if their personal life suffers, now I would say they do get held accountable, but it's not as like publicly bad as a woman who decides I want to do all these things for my career and not have kids now or have kids later, for example, or if they're away from their kids that they already had. Men are seen as providers while moms are seen as selfish when they go and work. Even though working moms still do most uh, of the home and child labor either way. Whether you're a stay-at-home mom, that's still a 24/7 job. Whether you're a working mom, that's still a 24/7 job. So it doesn't really matter. You're still probably doing most of the stuff anyway. Unless you have a partner where you are both equal and you say, here's what we need to do in this relationship. I handle this, you handle that. And it might not be 50-50. It might be 80-20, 60-40, whatever combination that works for the couple. But unfortunately, a lot of marriages and families, moms do most of the stuff. I remember when Serena Williams retired to have another child. She said she shouldn't have to. I 100% agree with that. I understand retiring because of like a physical issues. Like I know a lot of football players because you're hitting your head every game or getting hit in your head, hitting your body. You probably don't retire. Probably 30s. I don't. I'm sure. I can't remember. I don't know for football if you can go up to your 40s, but I know a lot of athletes like this. So I got a notification in the middle of making my video. So I'm gonna have to stitch these two videos together. So I was literally almost done. I hate sometimes I like my glucose monitor because it's helpful, but then also it's annoying. So every time I get a notification from it, it just stops whatever I'm doing. It's very annoying. So I'm just gonna add this to it. So anyway, like I said, I was almost done with my rant. I understand you retiring because of physical issues, like for example, if you're a football player, hitting your head a lot from 18 to your 30s is probably going to be a lot. But female athletes often have to retire due to age, even if they're not at their physical limitations, and to take care of a family because they are not afforded the luxury of taking care of their careers and their families at the same time. Which I feel like everybody should be able to do. Everybody should be, excuse me, should be able to have a career and have a family without being guilt tripped by saying, "Oh, you're sacrificing this, you're sacrificing that." And you know, dads who are overworked often sacrifice their families, but they're not. But because of these societal norms and these societal things that we have placed from the patriarchy on the men as providers, they don't get as much flack as women do. So yeah, that's my video. Have you watched Black Swan? Do you like Black Swan? Do you hate Black Swan and you love Mother? I can't imagine why. Are you the opposite, or do you have the same feelings as me for Black Swan and for Mother? Have you never seen Black Swan? Do you want to watch it now? Let me know in the comments. And I think I said this in the beginning of the video. We're at the top 5. I've recorded this video like a couple times, so I might have said that in my other recording of it. But I'm saying it now. We're at the top 5 of the countdown. So I'm very excited for these last top 5. These are going to be the scariest movies, so gotta watch this during the daytime. But yeah, I will see you all next week.